Hello everybody, my name is Fast Coding and today we're going to talk about what kind of projects you can do after you learned programming. So I think that you just learned programming at the very basic level and you're looking for what kind of challenges you can do to improve your coding experience. And today I will walk you through a good example that will improve your programming skill. So without further ado, let's get started. I wrote down a list that contains 5 projects that you can do, starting with basic calculator, odd or even numbers, prime numbers, advanced calculator, currency converter. In my opinion, these are very simple projects that you can do. Usually the methodology of a program is the same between all programming languages, but the implementation of that idea or that code can differ from a programming language to another. And today, I will walk you through this problem in C++ language. I chose today to work with the basic calculator, which is number 1 on the list. This program is basically a calculator that you can calculate the sum. The second program that we will do is the difference between two numbers. So the best way to start this program is to think about how many inputs that you need, which will gonna be 2, how many equations that we're gonna have. We're gonna have 1 equation and 1 output. After we wrote this down, we will start implementing our program. Okay, as you can see here on the screen, we have the source code for the basic calculator, the sum of two numbers. So the program will take 2 inputs from the user and will calculate the sum of the 2 numbers and will output the answer. So forget the upper lines and we're gonna start from line 5 until line 17. Until now, you can just memorize the first part and I will definitely explain it in next videos. So line 6 is about declarification of 3 integers, which are num1, num2, and sum. So line 7 will output the phrase enter the first number. Line 8 is taking the input from the user and storing it in variable called num1. So line 10 and line 11 will do the same thing that we did in line 7 and line 8, but the difference between these two is that line 11 will take the input from the user and store it in variable called num2. If you do not understand what is variables, I advise you to check out my video that I did before this video, which is called What is Variables. So line 13 will have the sum of the 2 numbers combined. The sum of these 2 numbers will gonna be stored in variable called sum, which we clarified in line 6. So line 15 will output the answer is and then a space. After that, it will output the sum variable, which is the sum of these 2 numbers. So let's write the code together. So let's say number 3 and press enter. The second number, we're gonna hit 5. So the answer is 8. Our program is totally correct. And by that, we did a simple calculator that calculates the sum of 2 numbers. But how about if we want to have the difference between 2 numbers? So you can just pause the video, you can edit the code, and you can run it and check if you did it right or wrong. Okay, let's see how you did. It is 90% the same, but the difference that we changed the sum variable, we change it into diff, which refers to difference. As the declarification, we need to change it in all of the code. So we change it here, and we need to change it also here at line 13, and we need to change it at line 15. And the second difference is that in line 13, it was the first number plus the second number. And now, because we want to take the difference, we take the first number minus the second number. If you did not change the difference variable, if you leave it as a sum, the program will be also correct and it will run the same. But since we are having the difference, not the sum, it is more appropriate to write it as diff, referring to difference. Okay, let's try this program. Enter the first number. Let's say that we're gonna have 7. 7 minus, let's say, 3. So the answer should be 4, so our program is totally correct. So if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, make sure to subscribe, and you can comment down below if you are confused in any part that we discussed today. And if you have any suggestions that I can do in the near future, you can just let me know. Fast Coding, signing out. Peace.